Hey everyone, have you ever appeared for Tableau interview and have you ever came across questions related to say what are the types of joins in Tableau? What is the difference between join and union? And you know how you can answer it. In case if you don't know these concepts, this video is for you. In today's tutorial, I will be going through Tableau data source and data model concept and we will see difference between different kind of joins, what is join, what is union, and some other concepts related to the Tableau data source page. First of all, what is mean by Tableau data source? So whenever you want to perform any analysis on the source data is like the data on which you want to perform analysis in Tableau. It can be in database, it can be in flat file or in cloud database. You need something to establish a connection between Tableau and these databases. This is what Tableau data source is. Tableau data source, it is the link between both of these tools and it holds information which helps Tableau to connect to these databases. Now, what kind of information is held in Tableau data source? What are the components of it? It contains information related to the connection. Connection is a database to which you connect, and information about that connection is present in the Tableau data source. It also contains information about the tables or the sheets in case if you are connecting to the flat file, also about the columns. It also hold information about metadata changes. So if you are creating any calculated field or if you are creating any group, those information and any other features will also be present in the Tableau data source. It also hold actual data. For example, if you have flat file, the actual data will also be present in the Tableau data source. So how do you create Tableau data source? Once you open Tableau desktop, this is the home page where you can make the connections to the source data. It can be file or server. Once you make this connection, you come to this page. This is the data source page. Here you can see what all tables, data warehouses are present for the source data to which you are connected to. You can bring in those tables to this canvas. You can do multiple operations on it and create the Tableau data source on this page. Once you go to this sheet tab, you can start your analysis on the source data. So now you are able to connect your Tableau and perform analysis on the source data with the help of this. This is the Tableau data source which we created on this data source page. One more thing is whenever you make this data source, you can do a lot of operation like you can connect multiple tables together, you can do union and all, a uh, lot of activities you can perform on this page. And in case if you want the same data source to be reused at a later stage in your analysis or in future, you can even save this data source. Here, if you right click on this data source, you have option of add to saved data source. So this will be saved in your system locally and you can connect to this data source at a later point of time in future. Or if you want to save it to Tableau server, you can do that as well. From the server menu, go to this publish data source option and select the data source that you want to publish. And here you can give the Tableau server credentials present in your organization, make a connection and publish it to the required location there. Now that you have got an idea on Tableau data source, let's see some concepts related to it. Let's go back to the data source page. As I mentioned, on this area called as canvas, you can perform multiple activities while making the Tableau data source. You can join multiple tables together. You can union them. Basically, you can create a data model here. You can consider data model as a diagram that tells Tableau how it can query the data from the connected database. So when you create a data model in Tableau, you can combine multiple tables together in multiple ways. Here, an interview question can be asked. What are the different ways of combining data or table in Tableau? Or what is the difference between one or the other way of combining data? So in Tableau, you can combine data in four different ways. First way is relationship, second is join, third is union, and fourth is data blending. Let's see each of them and what is the difference between them. Talking about relationship, it is the way of combining or relating the multiple tables together without actually joining them on this data source page. And generally, relationship is performed on the tables which we bring up on the logical layer of this canvas. Now you might be wondering, what is logical layer in Tableau? So in Tableau data model, there are two different kind of layers, logical layer and physical layer. So this is a representation of a data model which consists of logical layer and physical layer in Tableau. So what is physical layer? Physical layer contains the physical table. Physical table are the actual database tables present in the source data. So we bring in those tables, we join them together, we merge the data of those tables, and the result of the physical layer that is passed to the logical layer. So logical layer is present on top of the physical layer in Tableau data model. Logical layer consists of logical tables. These are the entities which we build on top of the result of physical layer and that does not exist in the actual database. Here you can see this logical table A. It can hold the result of this physical layer where we have multiple physical tables and this can be joined, and the result of this joining or union operation is passed to the logical table A. We can also have a logical table which is created by using a single physical table in Tableau. So this is the layer where the relationships are present in Tableau. They are used to relate multiple logical tables together without actually joining them on the data source page. The another way of combining data in Tableau is join. Joins are performed in the physical layer on the actual database tables. It helps us to specify with which way the data from multiple physical tables will be combined and merged into one. This is the same representation of data model. The third way of combining data is union. Union is again like join is performed on the physical layer. It also combines data from multiple tables. But the difference between join and union is join is performed on column and the result of join grow column wise. That is, the columns from table 1 are combined with the columns from table 2. In terms of union, union combine the data based on rows. So all the rows of table 1 will be merged with the rows of table 3 in this case in union. Let's see more details about join and union in this video. As we saw, joins are a way of combining multiple tables together based on the column and it grows column wise. Here comes another question. What are the types of joins in Tableau? So Tableau supports inner join, left join, right join, and full outer join. Let's see each of them in detail. So inner join. In inner join, when you join multiple tables together, only the common data from both the table will be present in the output. For example, here you see for table 1, we have a column ID 1 with values 10, 20, 30, 40 and 60. For table 2, we have column ID 2 with value 10, 20, 40, 50 and 70. When you perform inner join between both of these tables and fetch both the column in the output, you will see only common data. The common data present between both the column is 10, 20 and 40. So you won't be able to see 30 and 60 from ID1 and 50 and 70 from ID2. About left join, as a name indicate, left. So all the data from the left side of the join condition will be present in the output, while only the matching data from the right side table will be present in the output. It's the same example we saw in the previous slide. In the output, all the data from left table, that is ID1 column, will be present in the output, and only matching data, which is 10, 20 and 40, we can see here, will be present in the output 10, 20 and 40. The value against 30 in ID1 will be tagged as null in ID2 because that value is not present in ID2. Next is right join. In right join, all the data from the right side table of the join condition will be present in the output, while only matching data from the left side table will be populated in the output table. So here in the output, if you see, all the rows from ID2 column are present, which is corresponding to right side table, table 2, and only matching values from the left side table ID1 column is populated. For those value from ID2 column for which there is no matching record in ID1, values populated are null. In full join, all the data from both the table are present in the output. So here from ID1 and from ID2, all the rows are populated. Wherever the data is not matching between both the column, null value is populated for the column where data is not present for the another column. For example, 30 from ID1, ID2 is populated with null. Similarly, for 50 in the ID2, there is no corresponding matching value in ID1, so it is populated with null value. Another question that can be asked is, what is the difference between join and union? We already saw the definition of join and union and a bit about their difference, but let's understand it more with an example. As we already discussed, in union, we combine table based on their row and the output grows rows wise. So here I have two columns, ID1 from table 1, which contain value 10, 20 and 50, and ID2 from table 2 with value 10, 50 and 70. So when you perform a union of these two tables, both the column will be combined, and in the output you will see only single column. The rows of ID1 will be appended with the rows of ID2. So the data combination occur on a row basis. So here in the output, you can see the distinct rows or distinct values coming from both the column. The fourth way of combining data in Tableau is data blending. Let's try to understand it from Tableau interface. Here on this data source page, you can see this connections option. In the connection, you can make connection to the source data. You can even add multiple connection to the same Tableau data source. But this will be one Tableau data source. Here you can perform relationship, join and union. But data blending is used when you want to combine multiple data sources. So you can perform data blending when you come to the sheets. Here you can see the Tableau data source which we just created. In order to perform data blending, we need another data source. So we can import that data source using this data menu and new data source. Here you can connect to data source present on Tableau server or to file or to a server type of databases or to saved data sources. Let me just try to connect to Excel and drag this table over here. If I come back to sheet, now I see two different data sources. So whenever you want to combine data from these two different data sources, the concept of data blending is used in Tableau. We will see more details about data blending and relationship in next video. Let's go back to the data source page and see where do we find the logical layer and physical layer and the corresponding tables. In Canvas, whenever you drag any table, by default, the first or the top layer is logical layer and associated table are called as logical table. So here, people is one logical table. If you double click on this, you go to the physical layer where you see physical tables. Here you can perform join or union. You can drag multiple tables from database over here and you can perform join or you can perform union. Here, if you see this symbol indicate which type of join is there. If you click on it, you can change this join type to left, right or full outer join. On this, you can specify the column based on which you want to join or combine data between multiple tables. Also, you can create your own calculation based on columns available in these tables to perform join based on those calculations. Here, you can perform union on the physical layer itself. To perform union, you can just drag the table and put it over this drag table to union option and both of these tables will be unioned here. Generally, when we perform union, we need to keep the sequence of column and number of columns in both the table and their data type same. If they are not same in database, it gives error. But in Tableau handles it very well. What Tableau does is, if there is any column which is present in one table and not present in another table, while doing union, it creates that column in the output and populate it with null value for those table where that column is not present and gives the value for those table where those columns are present. So here, if you see this returned column is coming from the return file, which we just dragged to make union. So for those record where the records are from the people file, these values are tagged as null. But if you check the data in more detail, for the values coming from the returns file, those records will be populated with some value. I hope with this video, you were able to get more details about this canvas and data model in Tableau Data Source. You also got some insights about the type of Tableau questions asked on the Tableau data model concept and the necessary information about those topics to prepare your own answers on such questions. In next video, we will see relationship and data blending in more detail. If you like my video, please like and subscribe my channel and let me know if you have any comments in the comments area. See you soon. Thank you.